Let me just make sure. Recording. So we will be sharing out a recording after we are done presenting today. We're just going to give it a couple minutes for folks to join in. But just a bit of housekeeping as everyone is joining for today's webinar on the rise of the side hustle. Today's agenda, we have about 20 minutes on some of our issue insights in terms of identifying the opportunities, 15 minutes or so for a product demo, and lastly, we'll be doing an open Q&A where any questions that were asked in the Q&A section, we'll try to answer as many of those as we can. Joining me today as well is Craig from the CS side, so he'll be answering those questions and helping with the demo later today. So if you have any questions, please be sure to submit them using the Q&A buttons. Just makes it easier for us to be able to sort and answer any questions, as well as collect them afterwards. So a little bit about myself. My name is Megan Cole, and I am a product marketing manager here at Issuu. I'm a big fan of all things digital, as well as biking and cycling. I've been at Issuu for almost 3 years now. It'll be 3 in April, so it's coming up really soon. But I have worked kind of across a lot of different solutions and products, really focused on a lot of Issuu's products and solutions and how we can use them to offer tools and guides for our Issuu users. So I'm really excited to be able to share some of these insights today, as well as some of the ideas on how you can use Issuu's product solutions for your own businesses or your own side hustles. Before we get started, always like to kind of do a quick little poll to get an understanding of who all is joining today. So we would love to know what level of marketer you are. Oh, sorry about that. Hope everyone can hear me again. Would love to see what level of marketing everyone is, whether beginner, intermediate, advanced, expert, or not a marketer. If you're a beginner or not a marketer, no worries. These are meant to be really accessible and easy lessons that you can use and kind of use some of these learnings in order to better inform the decisions you make as any of your roles that you may have. So just give it a couple more seconds. And as you are answering that question, I am going to prep you guys for the next poll question. Would love to know the main reason everyone is joining today, just to help better inform kind of how I will present today's opportunities, as well as get a better understanding of what folks want to learn more about today. So running the reason for attending poll now. We would love to know if you want to learn tips and tricks for using Issuu, learn more how to leverage content for passive income, learning more about how to use Issuu overall. Any other suggestions, which you can feel free to suggest in the Q&A section. All of the above or none of the above. So just let us know, and based on your responses, I will try to give the best insights that I can. So a little bit about Issuu and who we are and our mission. So here at Issuu, our mission is really to help people transform any static designs into high performance content for digital marketing channels or your small business solutions. So the way that we do that currently is by being able to take any of your content online and publish it straight to Issuu. So whether you have a PDF that you created of a brochure, an ebook, or a magazine, you can upload that really easily to Issuu. We also support PowerPoint or any other digital document types. Once you've uploaded that content, we optimize it to be this really nice kind of flip book experience that can be shared across the web, as well as being able to share it anywhere on different devices as well. So not only do you have your desktop solutions, but we also have some really great mobile solutions as well to help promote your brand or help share more content in more places so it is being delivered at the right place at the right time to the right people. And lastly, one big thing that we think is really valuable from the digital landscape is the ability to measure the impact and the results of your content. So, with our issue statistics, you're able to see how all of your digital content performs and see within that data what opportunities you might have to make more derivatives of your content or remix your content for other formats and share it in a bunch of different ways. So, today I'm really going to be focused on some of the issue insights on how you can take your content, add it onto an online space, and really generate passive income or create that side hustle. Um, so, a little bit to first define what a side hustle is versus a full-time job or taking on a new role. Side hustles are usually defined as a way to make that money outside of a regular job or running a full business by yourself. So it's a really great way for small business owners to get some additional cash flow, or even if you have a 9 to 5 job, having that side hustle to kind of help generate some more income or generate passive income that can help you automate those sales and make more money as you're going along the way. It's another really great way to think about the small business landscape to develop any skills or experiences to improve your own primary business. So, how can you use some of these tools and solutions for your small business that could also maybe increase your workflow or your processes as a 9 to 5 job? So, some things that we saw this past year, especially kind of driven by the pandemic, is this growing opportunity of online sales or online storefronts. So, according to a recent study from the US Census Bureau, there's been a really large wave of new businesses starting in the US. So, as of January, almost 500,000 new businesses filed for new business. So, about a third of those applications came from people who are focusing on online or non store retailers. So, you can really have a lot of opportunities in that digital space. If we look at the total number of businesses that were apply or business applications year over year in October 2020 versus 2019, there were 600,000 more applications that were filed. And about 200,000 of those were in that online retailing space. Another way that you can really, another opportunity that we saw, especially in that digital space, is the growing revenue in ebook segment. So that is any content that you're selling online, whether it is a novel online or a ebook guide for tips and tricks or anything like that. The projections for revenue in 2021 has been projected to reach almost $16 million. So there are two really big opportunities in both of those spaces. But to dig a little bit deeper and get an understanding of some other considerations if you're new to starting a business, there are, of course, other models that you might be considering as well. So, of course, we have your physical items, which could be any consumer packaged goods or clothing, accessories, handmade crafts, things that you could sell on Etsy or on eBay or through Squarespace or through Shopify. There are a lot of different spaces where you can have that online store where you then ship and deliver items to customers. There's also the digital content landscape, of course, the ebooks, online guides, or resources. So it might not just be reading a novel, but you could be kind of selling services or guides that could be sold online to be consumed virtually. So that's really a big opportunity when you have this content or you are creating content, how you can enhance it in that online space versus having just a physical printed copy of any of that content. And then another type of business that you can have, of course, is working in that freelance or consulting space. So offering any skill sets that you may have as the service itself. So as opposed to giving them a content piece or a piece of collateral, you are offering a specific service or a kind of gig economy workspace in terms of offering solutions or working with those people one-on-one to deliver any item. So there are a lot of different ways that you can consider where you want to start with your small business or side hustle or whatever you want to call it. And I think the biggest thing there is just thinking about what you are trying to offer to your customers and what they get from the offerings that you have. So there are a couple ways that I'm going to demo today in how to empower your side hustle or your small business using Issuu. One way is really taking any content that you've uploaded or uploading content such as catalog content for your online stores and enhancing it even further in the Issuu workspace. So we have ways that you can add links and videos. So if you have a content from your catalog that might be a physical copy, you can even add more to really enhance that digital experience, which I'll be demoing today. And of course, we have digital sales where you can sell any of your content that you've uploaded to Issuu with Issuu digital sales. You can sell that directly on Issuu's website, of course, or you can embed this content and add it to your own website as its own virtual store where users can kind of purchase it from your website. One thing that we're really proud about with our digital sales in particular is that we are 100% commission free. So if you are selling any of your content on Issuu, you can always if you are selling your content on Issuu, we don't take any of the commission from your sales. So you get 100% of that revenue that you make from selling on Issuu. So with that, I'm going to go into the demo. So today I'm just, again, going to be demoing how you can take your content and enhance it on Issuu using links and video content, or how you can take that content and sell it on Issuu using our digital sales integrations. So first off, if you haven't uploaded your content yet, you can just go over to the left-hand side and click upload, where you're able to upload your files, whether that is a file from your device, from your desktop. Again, it can be any file type in terms of a document type or a PowerPoint presentation. We're really agnostic on file types or where they come from. As long as you have your content created, there are plenty of different ways that you can upload that content that is compatible with Issuu. You can also upload content from Dropbox or from Google Drive with our integrations as well. So once your content has been uploaded, I'm going to hop into my publications space. So again, going from my homepage over to my publications. Here is an example one that I've uploaded. And as you can see, we have added on some of the digital sales layering in, but we can also do things like adding any links and video by going over to the links and video section. So actually, I think for this example, I'm going to go over to my catalog example. So here in this example, you can see we have our examples of kind of products that might be sold on Etsy in a catalog format. And there are a lot of different ways that we can take this content and enhance it even further with links and video. So here in this example, we've already can automatically detect any links that have been added. So if you have any hyperlinks in your content, we automatically detect those. And I have also gone ahead and converted these into shopping links. So in this picture, for example, there's a hyperlink, and then I make sure that this URL is set as a shopping link. So it will send the user directly to the Etsy store. So let's save that and look at what it looks like on Issuu. So with my Issuu premium account, I can see what this looks like in our kind of larger screen view example. And any of these links then link straight back to the content. So this is a great way if you sell any physical items, you can really enhance your content by adding these shopping links, making a kind of brick and mortar feel, or having those like really nice tactile page flips for all of your content, and then drive your users in this really nice interactive way directly to the shopping pages that you want to drive them to. So I'm going to go back over to my publication again and just show another way that you can enhance your content. So if you want to add any other pieces or make it even more interactive for this virtual experience versus a printed example, you can add more links and videos just by creating a box, as I did here, and then adding a link. Where you can add a bunch of different link types, whether it is a web page, shopping links, driving them to a page, or a video. So in this example, I'm going to show how I can add videos. So maybe these are ads that I had or other examples. So I'm going to add a YouTube link. You can also add Vimeo links. I'm going to set this one as play in overlay, which is our free feature. So in this example, let me save that and preview it. So in this example, you can add any video content and it'll show up as this kind of pop-up example. The other way that you can share your content or enhance your content is by adding links in video and doing the video. And instead of taking my video and having it play in an overlay, I'm going to embed it in a publication. Now I'm going to save that one. And for your video embed in publication, instead of being a pop-up, it's going to show embedded directly into your publication. And I set this one to not autoplay, so I can click to play it. But if I click autoplay, embed in autoplay, it will automatically play when you open this link. So those are a couple different ways that you can really enhance your content for digital solutions, and ways that you can use this for your catalogs or for your menus or any other content that you might have uploaded to Issuu. So another way that you can use this content or use the Issuu solutions is any content that you upload to Issuu, such as this example here is a magazine example, but it has a lot of great insights. So I want to sell it as a ebook, as a resource of ways to learn about esports, for example. So in this example, I'm going to go over to my sell here from my publications, and I just check that I make it available for purchase, where I can then set the unit price or the currency that I want to sell this for. So here I'm selling it for a very reasonable 50 cents. And I can also add in additional preview pages to my content. So I'm just going to select a couple of spreads that I can give as a sneak peek for my users. Click publish changes. Whoops. And I don't have Stripe set up on this test account, but Craig will be showing us shortly how that looks. But once it's up and ready, you can, as you can see, kind of paywall the pages that you don't want users to be able to see, or have free pages for them to preview. This can really help entice your users if they want to download the content or have any of their resources downloaded. Another piece that you can do with this content is make it available for download in your publications. So here I can go into my settings here, and I can add allow downloads. So not only can you sell it as a PDF that can be read on Issuu, but you can also sell it so it has that downloadable option as well if your audience wants to download those resources. So once you have your content up for sale, there are a few different ways that you can take that content and put it on multiple different places. So of course it's available as an Issuu link on Issuu's web pages, but you can also embed it with your premium accounts. You can embed your content onto any websites and get that embed code, and again, entice the users to kind of download that content or purchase that content with the paywalled previews again. But you can use this to just automatically drive users from the website over to a website, to your Issuu content. So here I'll just show you a quick example.com/blog of what an embed looks like. Oops, sorry about that. I typed in all caps by mistake. So in these examples, when you want to take any of your content and embed it to a website, you can embed your publications directly onto a web page as well as sell that content to unlock it. So in this example where we embedded the content onto the Issuu blog, we have a small preview and you can also put it up for sale. So you can put this on any websites that you may have. Another way you can share this is with our full screen sharing link. So in this case, instead of sending them to an embedded page, you can also serve it up as its own full web page. I haven't fully enabled the sales for this one, so you can get the full preview, but you can also have those paywalled examples in your full screen reader example. So now I'm just going to quickly pass it over to Craig so he can show what the workspace looks like once you have uploaded your content and where you can see more of those, more of the information for your digital sales content on his own account. So Craig, if you like to switch, I'm going to stop sharing.
Yeah, let me just share my screen here. All right. So anyone who is interested in selling content on Issuu will be able to track that information for you. Let me actually just back up to the kind of the main homepage so everyone's kind of familiar with how to get there. So this is just the main Issuu dashboard. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. And if you do already have Issuu digital sales set up, you can actually click over here on the left-hand side where it says sales. And then once you do that, this takes you to the main sort of dashboard. This is the overview of everything that you've been doing with digital sales. I'm not a real publisher, so I'm going to be lacking a little bit of data here, but we'll be able to get a pretty good idea of what you'd be able to expect when using it. You'll be able to see when you've been selling content since, subscriptions sold from embeds as opposed from issuu.com too. So you can see where you're getting most of your traffic and actual sales, as well as the total number of single issues sold. You can set it up to sell as a subscription model, or you can sell individual issues, or you can do a combination of both. Totally up with you and whatever your current model is. And then you would see your total revenue in US dollars since you've been selling. You'll always see the Issuu commission fee as 0. Like Megan mentioned, we're not taking any commission on any of this. So anything that you do generate will go directly to your bank account, transferred through Stripe. When we click into subscription over here, this is where we just, again, have a quick overview of number of subscriptions sold, active subscriptions currently in process, and then your total number of new subscribers this month. So you'll be able to see kind of your projections of where you're at and if you're continuing to grow. We have some different graphs that you can take a look at to just kind of visualize all this information for you. And then getting all this set up is really simple. The first thing you need to do is actually connect a Stripe account. Once you've done that, you can come back over here and you can go into your settings. This is where you can adjust how frequently you're going to actually be uploading and adding content to your subscription, whether it's daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, or anything else. You just plug in the total number of subscriptions, issues in a particular subscription. You can even adjust a slider for subscription savings. So if you wanted to give somebody a 10% discount if they purchase a subscription over individual uploads, that's how you can do that. It will actually update these numbers down here, which is kind of cool. You can see what kind of discount you would be offering somebody based off of your individual price compared to what it would be for the subscription. So that's some of the stuff that you can get set up there. Really pretty simple and easy to set up. We also have history over here. So I've just deleted a bunch of content. That's why you see that. But this would be showing you content that you had uploaded that is available for sale. It would show your latest issue and previous ones, and you just can get a little bit more information on which ones were actually included in those sales. And then if you're just wanting to share out your content to your your social media audience, you can link to your subscription. So this would actually allow people to purchase your entire subscription directly by clicking on this link, or this would just automatically be the latest link to the latest issue that you've uploaded. Where people can go ahead and make that purchase as well. So again, really, really simple. Payment settings is the last little bit that I'll just touch on. This is where you would connect your Stripe account. So you can click into here. I've already had this connected, so it won't show you the whole process here. But once you already have a Stripe account created, you can come in here, connect it with that email. And all of that should be pretty straightforward. But if you do run into any trouble, you can reach out to our support team. You can also reach out to Stripe in some cases if you're having trouble on their end. But that's our digital sales, and that's how you can find all the information that we have available for that. So Megan, I don't know if you wanted to me
Yes,
to
thank you,
probably stop
Craig.
my screen share. There we go.
Awesome. So I see we have quite a few questions in the Q&A as well as in the chat. Please, if you have any questions as well, make sure to submit them in the Q&A. It just makes it a lot easier for Craig and I to see and answer them as well. But with those questions, we also have one more poll question for you. So if you are interested in going a little bit more in depth for any questions that you may have, or get a better understanding of some of the tools that we have presented today, let us know by answering our poll on our free workshops, how Issuu can help transform your content into stories, emails, and social posts to engage your customers with the Issuu Academy. So Craig, if you want to provide any additional details.
Yeah, sure. So our Issue Academy takes place every week. It's every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. It's at the same time, 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern time. And every day we go over the same topic. So it's a recurring workshop. So Tuesdays are getting started, preparing your documents for upload. Really the sort of introduction to how to use the entire Issue suite. And then Wednesdays are a focus on mobile optimization. We have some tools, if you've ever noticed, they're called Issue article stories and visual stories, but really allow you to create really cool, engaging content you can share on social media or just anywhere else, email campaigns, anything like that. And then Thursdays, we go into statistics and some different integrations that we have. But this is also just a really great opportunity to connect with our customer success team. We do these live. So if you do have any questions, you can actually interact with us live. We can answer them right on the workshop. But definitely encourage everyone to join if you just want to learn a little bit more how to use the platform and really just get the most out of your experience with Issue.
Yep, and since their weekly webinars or workshops are really great for that hands-on Q&A sessions. We try to answer as many questions as we can during Q&A in these webinars, but if you really want to get kind of nitty-gritty with it, these are the Issuu Academy is definitely super cool. So that now brings us over to our Q&A. So if there are any questions, we're just going to be kind of going through some of the questions, answering as many as we can today. And I'll also be doing any additional demos that may have come from questions you might have. Let's see. Let's see. So are there any questions in particular, Michelle or Craig, that you saw? Happy to answer as I also go through them.
So one thing that came in, and this is from Douglas Dungdale, and it said, "Would my publication be seen as animated for social media, or would it be just appear as a link?" So if you are sharing your content out onto Facebook or Twitter, you'd probably be using the full screen sharing link, and that's the best way that you'd be able to do that. That's available on our paid plans, and it would be a dedicated link that would take people directly back to that publication. It wouldn't be animated, but what it would do is just have a thumbnail from the image from your cover, display that directly on that social post. Really, really simple to get set up. They would click on it, then it would just drive them directly to that dedicated page where they can view the content. There are different things that you could do. You could create a GIF, possibly post that to Facebook or Twitter, and then just put the link in that would drive them there. So if you did really want to hone in on that animation side, you could do that and then just basically plug in that link to your publication from there.
Yep. And to add to that, I saw a few questions that were related to ways you can take this content and then promote it. And Craig just hit on a really nice point with some of our other ways that you can create animated versions. So over on the left-hand side, again, I can go over to the Create GIF button here, where I can choose any spreads that I want to preview in this quick animated version, which I can then make any other changes as well. So this is one of our free features that you can use to help kind of entice people to read your content. Once you have this preview to your liking, you can download your source file and download it as a video or as a .gif file, which can then be used kind of in conjunction with whatever links you're sharing. It's a great way to share on social media. And as you can see as well, we also have an integration. So you can export that content to Mailchimp. So you can publish any of those assets directly into Mailchimp and use it for email. We won't be covering that today, but stay tuned for a future webinar where we're going to go really in depth on some of the email capabilities that we have as well, for ways that you can use any of these remixed contents for your email campaigns or for any other social campaigns. Another feature that Craig quickly hit on that I'll show very quickly as well is our visual stories tool. So with visual stories, kind of similar to being able to create that animated preview, visual stories let you create a vertical video version of your content. So very quickly, I'm just going to choose one of our templated styles. And as you can see, we automatically pull all of the content from your magazine and create these quick previews as well. So let me just do a very mini demo of this. More in-depth versions of these demonstrations are also available in our help center as well as our YouTube channel. So we'll be sure to share those out as well. But once you have it kind of to your liking, you can preview what that would look like. And these are another great asset that you can use to promote your content on your social media pages or your stories or anywhere else. And again, you can then download these pieces and use them in conjunction with any content that you're selling online. So happy to answer any other questions.
So Megan, this question came in just about the full screen reader and then what plans it's available on, if it's available on the free plan or if there's other paid plans that it's only available on.
Yep. So the full screen reader is a paid feature. You can access it over here on the full screen sharing. Any features that are kind of added as well with these stars indicate what are parts of paid plans, and you can find more information about that on our pricing pages. But the full screen sharing app is specifically, or add-on is available for starter accounts and up. With premium, you're able to add some more levels of customization, including adding logos and background images. If a starter plan, you would also have some third-party ads on the sides of your content. But with premium and optimum accounts, we remove all ads, so it's just fully your content. So you can find all of those details again on our pricing pages as well.
So another question that came in, and Megan, let me know if you want me to answer this one or not, but just the difference between reads and impressions.
Yep. So going over here into my statistics, so this is another place that you can find your full in-depth statistics. This one is for all of my publications, and you can see the performance of your content as well as the impressions versus the reads. So impressions is kind of a marketing and advertising digital term that is in reference to anywhere your content can be seen or has been seen by a user. So as you can see in this, my impressions are a little bit higher than my reads, because my reads are where not only have they seen that content, but they've also really engaged with it. They've spent some time on the page. So really seeing your content very quickly or seeing it in quick examples, that would be an impression, where a read is really engaging with it, kind of clicking through, spending more time on those pages. So it's really about the level of engagement that the users are engaging with your content versus just seeing the content and maybe considering it versus kind of digging in deeper. See. I see one question as well on the revenue defaulted to US dollars. So yes, this can be converted. So over here, we can go over to my publication. Over to sell, you can change your unit price, of course, and you can also change your currency. So you can change any of those over on the drop down here in your price settings for your publications.
So Megan, we also had a question just about how to actually contact the success team. Can you just quickly show where people can pull that up?
Uh, yep, sure. That is over in the help center, right?
Yep.
Uh, yes. So if you have any questions or need any support, you can go over to our support tab here, which is at the bottom of every page under products and resources. You can also access it, I think, over here at the top from your help center. And here you can both find search any questions that you might have in the help center, or you can submit a ticket by asking a question. So those are two ways that you can really quickly reach out to the help center and to the success team. Let's see. I think we have time to do one last question.
Sorry, just looking through here. We did have a number of different questions, Megan, if you just kind of wanted to show people what the different available plans are.
Yeah, sure thing. So I can go over here to the products and resources and plans. And here you can find kind of an overview of the plans that we have, as well as the price points that they are at. So you have your basic account, which is the free account, working on any solo quick projects. We also have the starter account, which offers a little bit more, including the embed features as well as the shareable full screen reader, and kind of our best value and most popular plan being our premium plan. And lastly, our optimum account as well. So you can find all of that details, and we will be sure to share out that information as well. And as a thanks for everyone for sticking around and for asking the questions and sharing questions, we do have an offer today for webinar savings to save 50% off of an Issuu premium annual subscription. So the offer code is Hustle50. So we will be sending this offer code out via email following the end of this webinar, as well as to all attendees. If you already have an Issuu account, then please wait for the email to be sent so you can really easily get that offer code. If you're creating a new account at checkout, just use the offer code Hustle50 to get 50% off of the Issuu premium annual subscription. So that offer is good for upgrading plans or billing intervals to premium annual, and expires. This is not on March 8th because that is in the past, but it expires on Monday at midnight Pacific time, on, I believe, the 29th. We'll have all of those details available as well in our follow-up emails. So that is all the time that we have today. We'll be sure to be reviewing all of the questions that were submitted in the Q&A and have the answers for those as well available soon. And we'll be doing some follow-up webinars. So please be sure to stick around and sign up for future webinars or join the Issuu Academy webinars. So thank you all for joining and for sticking through the end of today's webinar. And again, you can save 50% off of your premium annual subscription with the offer code Hustle50.